Karazhan Crypt is one of the most mysterious zones in WoW history. Despite the zone coming out in vanilla WoW almost 20 years ago, this theoretical raid has never been finished. However, because it is unfinished and completely empty, there is a uncanny aspect to it that makes it unintentionally creepy. In this video, we're going to have a gander at this place and just check out the spooky vibes that this place has. But before we get into it, I highly recommend you guys get Zygote guides if you want to level up your WoW character as fast as possible. If you want to get it, click the link in the description below and use code VAULTY to get 20% off. So in Deadwind Pass there is this place, and you can see that there is this gate that is obviously locking off something. You can take a look down there, and many people back in the day wondered what the hell was down there. The only way to actually get into this place is to actually get past that gate. Now, it's pretty simple. You have to become a ghost, and the easiest way to do it is to just, fall down this lock here and keep doing this until you die, and eventually you'll be able to traverse the gate. It's a pretty weird mechanic, but a lot of gates and doors don't have any physics when you're a ghost, so this is a pretty easy way to get past it. And as you can see, we are now in Karazhan Crypt. So the interesting thing with this place is there's a bunch of these corpses, and it's a crypt, right? But what's interesting is that there are some of these black skeletons, these untextured skeletons. As you can see, this place is quite the labyrinth. One of the most noteworthy things about this place is the insane size. As you can see, this place is just massive. And because it's so empty, there's this really weird atmosphere to this entire place. There are some of these rooms, like these little rooms where you can open a gate and walk into them, and I'm not really sure what the intended purpose were for these. I wonder what these rooms would have been used for. So it's quite easy to get lost considering how many of these places look the same. So here's a giant room with it looks like some sort of sand pit in the middle here, maybe some mass grave. Yeah, pretty spooky atmosphere. So there's this weird architecture to this place. You can see that there's these gates with these holes in the middle going down to a lower level of the crypt. And it's very strange. I wonder what the point of the room being designed like this is. But needless to say, I think it's fairly obvious that the room here would have been used as a boss room. You can just imagine fighting a boss here, right? So this is one of the most infamous parts of the Karazhan Crypt. It's called the Upside Down Sinners, and it literally is a bunch of bodies that are floating upwards that are tied to chains underwater. Very morbid. This is probably one of the most morbid sights in WoW. It really begs the question as to what the lore behind this place would have been. Why would such a thing be constructed? So this room here looks like a massive pit, probably another boss room. Going through the Upside Down Sinners, there's a passage if you swim to the bottom, and you get to this room here, and there's something really off-putting about this scene here. Doesn't this just look wrong? It actually reminds me of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. So here's this massive room with a random pile of literally thousands of skeletons. As you can see, you can climb up it, and you really get a crazy sense of the scale of just how many skeletons are here. The massive scale of this place is actually kind of creepy. Karazhan Crypt is going to make a return in Season of Discovery. You know, this was teased in BlizzCon. They showed a picture of Karazhan Crypt, and it's fair to say that this is probably going to be finally finished after all this time and put into Season of Discovery as an actual raid. I really can't wait to see what this place is turned into. But yeah, that was a tour of Karazhan Crypt.